Donnie's news conference from Brooklyn this morning, the Emergency Management Department. The highlight and the headline that he made today is that to the disappointment of any student who was watching today, Monday will either be in-person school, so a regular school day, or it will be remote learning. He said at this point, it does not look like they are going to have a traditional snow day where kids will get to go home. Instead, you look like you may have to do remote learning or the possibility of an in-person school day. The final determination on that will be made on Sunday. Broader strokes here, Governor Kathy Hochul has declared a state of emergency for the entire state of New York. We're also going to hear about what's happening out in Westchester County with County Executive Bruce Blakeman. For now, though, we want to bring in Mike Woods. Mike, you've been tracking the storm, of course, all week. You got some new details and information for us today. I know, you heard the mayor say as little as 8 inches, as much as 16, but that the actual forecast itself is kind of starting to narrow a little bit. So,
Right.
what are you thinking out there right now?
Yeah, as of this morning, as of we started the forecast, putting it together around 4 o'clock in the morning, and we continue to update it as time goes on. And so now what it looks like is, the latest numbers have been, at least according to my graphics, anywhere from the 7 to 13 inch range,
Okay.
which is pretty close to what they're talking about with the mayor. There are some models that kick out more, but the bottom line is we're getting snow. We're getting snow and a good amount of it. Somewhere in the neighborhood of a half a foot or more is what warrants a winter storm warning. So we've got that going on. That basically means everybody is looking at plowable snow, shovels, definitely in action, and also some ice at the end as well. So we got a lot going on.
I want to get to your graphics in just a second, but the headline that we heard from the mayor is that kids are going to either go to school in person. So that's still a possibility. If it's remote learning, then that means we may be up in that 13, 14, 15 inch range. But were you surprised to hear that? That 7 inches that they've kind of determined that already?
Because in the past, previous mayors, and in fact, believe all the way back to de Blasio, once we started in on the at-home learning, where the remote learning, they haven't let go. So even if you had 8 inches or more of snow, where you used to have a snow day, you were getting it otherwise, doing it through the remote learning. I think was that a COVID thing? Yeah, that was
definitely started during COVID.
So so from that point forward, we haven't had it. Now, the one thing is, that's for New York City schools. Everyone else outside of New York City schools,
a lot of kids outside
it's
of
a
schools.
different situation.
You're right. Yep.
So they may still get the snow days in those locations, which is actually
most likely they will.
The majority, exactly.
It's interesting what he said. He said that in New York City, they have a lot of extra holidays built into the schedule that previous administrations have created. So their days are really tight. In a lot of other surrounding areas, Essex County, New Jersey, Westchester County, out on Long Island, they don't have all the same holidays.
Okay.
But Mike, you do have your graphics down here. You have your forecast. So take us through the very latest as you have it when it comes to this forecast.
Okay, so first of all, we're talking about what's going on with this storm. Here's the weather headlines. The storm impacts that we're going to see for us. Bottom line is, it's snow. It's a lot of it. So we're talking about heavy snow, about 7 to 12 inches or more coming through the core of the tri-state. And I know that's a lot of snow. So it looks like we're going to see not only the heavy snow, but some ice out there too. Ice on top of the snowy conditions, a very difficult situation to get around. Now, that's mostly in the central and southern sections of New Jersey. And then after that, the deep freeze sets in, getting around travel-wise. We got some headaches out there.
So do you think it's going to snow first and then it's going to be that ice layer on top of it?
Exactly. So especially in the central and southern sections of New Jersey. So that's what adds to the issues trying to get around. But first we have to set the stage. We haven't got the cold air here yet. So that's just now coming in. We got temps right around 32. But yesterday we had highs in the mid to upper 40s. It's kind of like spring yesterday.
Dropping a little
so
bit,
now we've got that cold Arctic air. I mean, I want you to take a look at how cold it is up around Minnesota, the Great Lakes. These are your actual temperatures.
Those are not the feels like temperatures. That's like what it actually is right now in Chicago.
Is the actual temperature
in Minneapolis?
In Minneapolis.
And that's coming our way.
Exactly. Some of that is coming this way. So even though we're sitting in the low 30s right now, we're going to see our lows tomorrow morning. In fact, this evening into tonight, it's going to be a huge drop in temperatures for us.
boy.
And that's what kind of sets the stage
right.
for the cold air that will be coming on in. So that's what you see on the futurecast here. Cold air dumps down across the plain states into the mid-Atlantic. Then the areas of low pressure, which start up down around Texas and the southern plain states, comes through. Now they get a rain snow mix or an icy mix. That's actually even worse. If you get just ice and a lot of it, power outages,
Ice storms create the power
oh my
outages.
goodness.
Oh, yes, you're right.
It's a headache.
Weighing down the power lines.
Exactly. So for us, we're kind of on the quote unquote lucky side, since we get more snow than anything. But it kicks in Sunday night and comes on through. We're going, or actually I should say Sunday morning, through Sunday night into Monday morning. Now, our models want to give us a little bit of mix. See that happening right there when you get the pink and the green shades in here?
Okay.
And that means you got a little bit of mixing going on for a while. So that's why I'm thinking, as far as I'm concerned, snow totals should be brought down just a touch more
because it's going to be ice, though.
You've got an icier
so we're not
condition
necessarily
and some
getting
rain in the mix there
we're
too.
not getting a total reprieve instead of that extra 2 inches of snow.
Exactly.
You might get whacked.
Take it down just a touch, but it's still, even if you get, let's say you get 6 inches of snow with some ice on top of that, I mean, pick your poison. Yeah, it's still a big problem for us. Even though the numbers may not look as impressive, still 6 inches, nothing to sneeze at when it comes to snow around the tri-state. Getting out of here by Monday morning.
So by Monday, okay, so when do you think it's going to be at its worst? Because a lot of people may think, you got a basketball game Sunday morning, maybe you're in a tournament, and you got a game in the afternoon. Maybe you can get the game in early in the morning, but the afternoon, when is it going to be the heaviest, do you think?
The heaviest is in the afternoon and the evening, so it's just getting going in the morning.
Right.
But it's pretty much coming down throughout. So I'm sure that's what you heard from the press conferences. They want you to basically stay off the roads all the way through because you have snow removal equipment. I know. They want you to stay home.
And it's true.
And you do your best because it does help them out in terms of cleaning up the streets so that we're as functional as possible come Monday morning. But you can see now, these is the computer models, what they're putting out. I like to keep this up every once in a while because this will update with the latest model information, but this has been pretty much in the same spot, giving us around 8.5 to 13 inches of snow with that. Let's also take a look at the ice. See the ice, we don't talk about the sleet and the ice, but that's also part of what's coming through. Notice it's out onto Long Island, along the Jersey Shore, South Jersey. That's where you're more likely.
Power outages. You got to be ready for that. You got to have your flashlights in. And you got to have your...
It may impact you for days when you have power outages that come through with these icy storms. But first, we got to get there.
And then if you have a power outage, let's say you did. Let's say your power was out for 36 hours, 48 hours. Maybe it's even 8 hours. But look at those temperatures.
Exactly.
I mean, by Monday, we're down in the lows of 10, 11.
Exactly.
I mean, that could create a lot of issues.
Be without power or some sort of heat when you have temps like that. And we're basically staying that way all the way into next weekend. By the way, don't want to mention it, but there are some models that want to bring us another storm next weekend too.
I saw that.
Yeah. So that's not in the 7-day forecast yet. Now let's get through this one first. But yes, with temperatures like that, if you've got power outages and things of that sort, you could be in a world of hurt. So that's why, folks, get your prep work done now. Today's still a day off.
Yes.
It's dry. Even tomorrow, even though it's cold, you can still get around. We don't have problems with snow or ice on the roads. But by Sunday, it's game time. So Sunday morning, from that point forward, hopefully you've got your indoor plans together. Always look after your neighbors, elderly neighbors, and folks, things of that sort, because, if anyone's left out, this could be a very dangerous situation. Dangerously cold wind chills coming at us, by the way, tonight too. Everything, we're going to throw it all at us.
And if you can help the neighbors, help anybody you can. If you got kids, maybe get
pets.
The Mega Monopoly.
Yes.
Okay, don't go with the regular one.
You got to get
the
bad boy game out.
You gotta go with
oh my gosh, that could get vicious.
Because look, I don't know if you heard, but the governor also declared a state of emergency for the entire state of New York.